Hey guys, welcome to this Google Gemini course. So inside this course, we will going to cover about Gemini, okay, complete course for absolutely free. And along with that, with Gemini, we will also going to cover about the concept of prompt and what prompt engineering is. And to understand this, we will also going to explore some of the concept like AI, NLP, LLM, okay, what are these concepts with prompt engineering with Gemini AI, okay. So all these concepts are related with each other. Okay, so we will going to discuss each and every one of them, and we will going to relate how these things are related so that you can understand each and every one of the thing. Okay, and there are plenty of things like model you might have heard, so it is also very much important to understand the different models and what does that model means. Okay, that is what we will going to cover. Now if we just talk about Gemini, so this will be the complete Gemini tutorial, okay, or you can say it like a free course where we will going to teach you how to use the Gemini, okay, how to talk with the Gemini properly to get the best response. And also we will going to cover plenty of things like how to get the Gemini API key, and along with that what is prompt and prompt engineering. And then we will going to explore how you can use the Gemini within Gmail, shares, docs, and plenty of other integrations. Okay, and we will going to cover the free Gemini version, and along with that we will also going to cover the Gemini advanced as well, okay, where we will going to teach you how Gemini advanced can really help you. What is the concept of gems, how to create gem, what are these concepts, that is also covered inside this course. Okay, so very a wonderful course. So once you watch this course, you will not require to watch some other course. Okay, this will be sufficient for you, and we will going to compare ChatGPT and Gemini with my personal experience, and I will also going to share with you what you have to choose between both of them. Okay, so these are the plenty of things we will going to cover inside this free course from starting to end. Okay, so make sure watch this course from starting to end. It will really going to help you out, and you will going to learn lots of amazing things, lots of concepts which will really going to boost your skills and take you to the future of AI. So make sure watch this complete Gemini AI course from starting to end. Now guys, before we just proceed further with this course, let's just first access Google Gemini. Okay, so what you can do is that you can just search for Google Gemini. Okay, over here click on enter button, and then you can just go to this link, that is gemini.google.com. Earlier it used to called as Google Bard, but right now they have rebranded to Gemini. Now just go to this first particular link, okay, which is great, and it's showing this pop-up. Okay, try Gemini 2.0. Okay, so it's just showing you now what are all these models and all. We will going to explore that later on. Let's click on done. Now this is how your interface will going to look like. Now one more thing, when I'm recording the lecture, so this is how the interface is looking, but maybe in future they may change it little bit. Okay, but currently this is how the interface of Google Gemini looks and how you can access it. But in future it may change little bit, like maybe the menu can go to the up. Okay, but whatever concept which we will going to teach you will be 100% same. Okay, so just stick with this course from starting to end. I just go with the walkthrough of Google Gemini. So here you can see the, if you will open this, so here it will just going to show you your past history, whatever conversation you will going to do with the Gemini. Okay, all that will just going to show up over here. Okay, and from here you can just open a new chat. Right now it's already in the new chat, and if you will expand it, here you can see the gem manager as well. Okay, now what is that, we will going to talk about that later on. And here you can find some help. Okay, like if you want to learn something about Google Gemini Advanced, we will going to cover the Gemini Advanced later on. Okay, and here are some updates. If you want to see what are the updates that has been done with the Gemini, so you can see that over here. And then here you can see the activity what you have done with the Gemini. Okay, so for example, you want to delete the Gemini. Okay, you can just delete the activity you have done in the last hour, last day, all time. Okay, or select the custom date. Okay, so so basically the thing is that whatever activity you will going to do, like whatever conversation you will going to do with the Gemini, all the things will be recorded by Google Gemini. So you can just go to activity and delete that, and from the setting you can see some extensions that are easily integrated with your Gemini. Okay, so you can just dismiss it, and you can see there are 21 of them. You can just use whatever you want to. Okay, but you can just enable all of the extensions, okay, if you want to. Okay, so you can basically get the most power of Gemini. So by default all the necessary will be by default on, but if you have YouTube Music you can just on it. If you have taken the Google Workspace, so you can also switch it on, so that you can integrate your Google Drive, tasks, keep, and any other information. Okay, you can simply click on the connect button and you can see it's connected. Similarly, click on connect, so you can see now all the integrations are now activated, okay, or extensions. Again, you can also enable the dark view as well. Okay, so you can just do that from here, and that's it. This is about Gemini. Okay, hope you guys got the workaround, and here you can just try the Gemini Advanced. We will going to talk about that later on, and of course from here you can just go to some other services of Google. And here you can see right now we are in the 1.5 flash Gemini, and in future they will going to launch this 2.0 flash experimental, but right now it's in experiment, not yet launched. Okay, and another thing which I want to tell you is that right now when I'm recording the lecture, so this is the model they are using now. What is the large language model and all, we will going to talk about that later on, so then you will understand that. But in future they may change to different models which will be more powerful. Okay, but let's leave it for now. So this is just a workaround of Google Gemini. Before you understand what is prompt or prompt engineering, okay, in Gemini, okay, so it's very much important that before you understand about Gemini, okay, and what is the concept of prompt engineering and why they are related, it is very much important for us to discuss about few terms like AI, NLP, and LLM. What are all these things? This is what we have to cover, and then automatically you will be able to understand why we are teaching all these things and why all these things are related with each other. So let's just first focus with the concept of AI. Now AI full form is artificial intelligence. Okay, now it simply means is that when we teach computers to do the tasks like humans, is known as artificial intelligence. Suppose if I just search here for factory, okay, and when I click on enter button, let me show you with one examples. Okay, so wait, let me just go to the images, and let's pick any one of the image. mm, okay. Wait, let me just show you with the best image so that I can make you guys understand the concept of it. Okay, so suppose here uh, okay. mm, okay, or wait, let me just show you with the car factory so that I can get the appropriate image. Okay, so suppose here you can see, suppose we have this image. Okay, now what this image is doing, so here you can see these are basically nothing, it is computers. Okay, so when we teach any computers to do tasks like humans, so suppose this, what they are doing is that they are just trying to, you know, put the doors to these cars. Okay, so these humans can also done humans can also do these tasks, but right now what we have done is that we have trained this computer. Now this computer has become AI. Okay, after we have trained it, so that this computer can do the tasks like humans, so we also can do these tasks. Okay, but right now we have trained this computer to do these tasks so that humans focus on some important parts. Okay, or in some important work. So the repetitive tasks we have trained that to the computer, and now computer is doing that tasks. Okay, so this computer has nothing, it has become AI which is doing the tasks of we humans. So this is what it is known as AI, that is artificial intelligence. So when we teach any computers to do the tasks like we humans, it is known as artificial intelligence. Now guys, after you have learned about what AI is, now we will going to focus on what NLP is. NLP full form is natural language processing. Okay, so basically if you will going to see here NLP, natural language processing, so it is a part of AI. Basically it comes inside AI. So you can see NLP comes inside AI. Okay, so it is just a part of AI. Okay, So basically what natural language processing is, it basically help these computers to understand our human language. Now you can see human language can be English. You can see you are able to read this language, right? Car manufacturing stocks. And suppose if you just go to Gemini, and suppose if I put something okay over here, and I ask it what is quantum computing, okay, so basically this computer is understanding my human language. English is also a human language, okay, so there are plenty of language. You can see um, uh, languages in world, okay. So what are the different languages in the world? So you can see there are plenty of languages like Spanish, English, French. So these are all considered as a human language, okay, whether it's a Russian, Japanese language, Arabic language, Hindi language, English language. So all these language are known as human language. So whenever you talk with any computer, so suppose I am talking with this computer known as Gemini. Okay, so it is also a AI computer. So when I click on the submit button, so you can see it's basically able to understand my human language. Okay, so you can see I asked it for the quantum computing, and on that basis, you can see it is giving me the answer to it. Okay, it is explaining me what is quantum computing. Okay, so this is what is known as, natural language processing, where a computer, AI, can understand our human language. You can see this Gemini tool is understanding my human language, and on that basis this computer can also give us the response in the human language. Okay, so you can see I have given in the I have asked this computer, this AI tool Gemini, okay, with the human language, okay, and on that basis it is understanding my human language, and on that basis it is giving us the response, okay, the answer also in a human language, so I can also understand this human language. Okay, and once again I said, now this human language can be any language which be human talks, whether it's a Spanish, English, or anything. Okay, so these AI computers can understand all these languages. Okay, okay, so this is what the natural language processing is. So natural language processing means where a computer can, or AI can, understand our human language, and on that basis this computer or AI can respond also in a human language, so we humans can also understand this language. This is known as natural language processing. Okay, so hope you guys have got the idea about what natural language processing is all about. Now guys, we will going to talk about LLM. Okay, so now what is LLM? So LLM full form is large language models, and we will going to teach you what is the relationship between the Gemini, okay, and the prompt. Okay, so you will going to understand this right now. Okay, so see, understand one simple thing, that inside AI NLP comes, that is natural language processing. And my friends, inside natural language processing, that is NLP, so inside NLP large language model concept comes. Okay, so large language model full form is large language models. Okay, in short it is called as LLM. Okay, now what is this? So basically when we train computers, or you can say this as a models, okay, simply in nutshell you can say computers, okay, equals to models. Okay, so nothing new. Okay, model is nothing but the computers. Okay, so understand in that way. Okay, so when we train computers, or you can say models, to do the human conversation. So guys, there are many big companies like you can see Microsoft, so they have created their own computer, or I can say models, who can do conversation. Okay, or they can just talk in a human language. Okay, similarly, Meta is nothing but a Facebook parent company. Okay, they also created their own model, or I can say computer, known as Llama. And similarly, if we just talk about Google, so they also have created their own computer or model, which is known as Flash. Okay, and if you just go to Gemini, so here you can see it's known as Flash. Okay, so Flash is nothing but a model or a computer. So these computers or models can basically do human talk. Suppose right now you can see that when I ask it, okay, ask this AI tool, that is Gemini, what is quantum computing. So on that basis it is giving us the human language which we humans can understand. Okay, suppose if I ask it another question, like I can ask, let's say, uh, hi, or let's just do one thing. So here you will see that it's quantum computing. If I click on new chat, and suppose if I write here, hi, how are you? So I'm talking in a human language. Okay, and on this basis, if I click on enter button, so the computer, now computer is a flash. Okay, flash is nothing but a model, okay, who is able to understand our human language. So this model, which is known as flash, it is nothing but a computer created by Google. Okay, so this flash computer or model is able to understand my human language, and on that basis it is giving us or giving me the response, okay, or the answer in a human language, so I can also understand. Okay, so it is written as, hi, I'm doing well, thanks for asking, how are you today? Okay, so this I can also understand because this computer has written this in a human language. So there are many computers. Suppose if you have heard about ChatGPT. Okay, remember ChatGPT? So here you can see ChatGPT, it is using, okay, the GPT model. Okay, so ChatGPT is using GPT model, okay, as a computer. Okay, and okay, so this model or computers are basically trained so that they can talk with us in a human language. And you also might have heard about that, which is known as you know, Instagram Meta AI. Okay, let me show you guys. So you might have seen this in the Instagram nowadays. Okay, which is Meta AI. So you can just talk with this Meta AI. Okay, and you can see here very carefully it is written as Meta AI is using Lelma model. Okay, which is here Lelma model, which is a computer, okay, or a model. Okay, so basically this Instagram is just an application which is using the Lelma model to do the human conversation. Similarly, ChatGPT just an application which is using the GPT model to do the human conversation. Similarly, if we just talk about Google Gemini, so Google Gemini is just an application which is using the model or a computer flash which is helping us to do the human conversation. Okay, so hope you are getting my point. So uh, if we just talk about these models, that is the GPT model, LLM model, or flash model, and there are plenty of other models or computers that can basically help you to talk in the human conversation. So these computers or these models are well trained to do the talk. That means whatever we will going to ask them. Okay, suppose I will going to ask them, how many states us US has. Okay, so this is a human language which this computer, okay, which these computers and models can understand. So you can see if I ask this question, so now this flash model, okay, which Gemini is using, okay, it can understand this language, human language, and on that basis it is doing the conversation with me, and it is giving me the response that okay, there are 50 states. Now this is what it is known as human conversation. Okay, so these models can do these tasks for you. Similarly, ChatGPT can also do these tasks. I can ask it how many states US has. Okay, so it is also using one computer known as GPT. Okay, now this GPT can understand this human language, and it can also give us the response in the human language, so we humans can also understand this language. So hope you guys are getting your concept clear. Okay, what is basically large language model? So large language model basically it help us to train uh, computers, or you can say models, to do the human conversation. So this GPT has been built by Microsoft. Okay, this is GPT is nothing but a model okay, which is created so that it can do the human conversation. Okay, similarly, uh, Meta, the Facebook parent company, has created their own model that is known as llama, that can also help to do the human conversation. Similarly, Google has created their own model or a computer, okay, known as Flash, that can help to do the human conversation. Okay, now any application can use these models, okay, computer, like you can see chat gpt, just a application which is using the gpt model. Even you can create your own application and you can use whether gpt model, llama model, or a flash model within your application. Similarly, if we just talk about google gemini, so it is currently using flash, okay, as a model, okay, which is helping us to talk, which is basically helping to talk with an AI. Okay, in future they may bring some new models, okay, which can be more powerful, but hope you guys have got the idea about what large language models are. So it basically many big companies create their own computers and models that can basically talk with a human, okay, in a human language. Okay, this is what it is. Now if we just talk about what is the relationship between the prompt, now we will going to cover about prompt in more detail, okay, in a few after some time. Okay, so basically prompt basically help us to ask the questions to the models. Okay, so these are all models. So when we ask the question to this model, that is known as prompt. Okay, so basically prompt engineering teaches how to talk or how to ask the question properly to these models so that they can understand, okay, our human language and response in a better way. So we will going to talk about that later on, but all these things are related with each other. Okay, so this is the reason we covered about this AI, NLP and LLM, and we will going to cover about what prompt and prompt engineering is in more detail after some time. Okay, now guys, let's talk about prompt in more detail. Okay, so when we ask questions to models, okay, so you all know that there are different models: GPT model, llama models, flash model, and plenty of other models. And in future, maybe Microsoft can bring one new model. Okay, maybe that model maybe uh, um, can be, let's say, more advanced. Okay, so but currently when I'm recording this, so this is the model which ChatGPT is using, GPT model. Okay, and Gemini, which we will going to focus right now, is using flash model. So when we just uh, write the question, okay, suppose here if I write, let's say, name them. Okay, so this question which I am asking is nothing but known as prompt. Okay, it is nothing known as prompt. So whatever questions you ask to any of the model, okay, questions to any models, okay, whether you are using GPT model, llama model, or flash model, any model, when you ask them questions, it is known as prompt. Okay, so this is the prompt. You can see name them is a prompt I have written. Okay, or you can say it a question, but in the field of AI we say it as a name, as a prompt. Okay, so I have written the question as a name them, click on enter button, and you can see it will just going to name or give us the response. Okay, so whenever you ask any question to any models, okay, any AI models, so that is known as prompt. Okay, now guys, we will going to teach you why you should do prompt engineering. Okay, so this is the question, why prompt engineering you have to do. So we basically do prompt engineering just to get the better response. Okay, so this is the reason we do prompt engineering. Now my friends, these models, whether it's a GPT, right now we are just focusing on Gemini. Okay, so all these models are very powerful. These big companies, okay, whether it's a Microsoft, Meta, Google, they just use lots of their technologies and they create these amazing models. Okay, so to utilize this model properly, it is very much important to ask the question properly to these models. Okay, suppose if I just go to Gemini and suppose I open a new chat. Okay, and suppose if I just write here, write me 5 YouTube title. Okay, so this is one prompt. Okay, and when I click on enter button, so you can see it is one prompt, and on the basis of this prompt, or I can say question, it has given us the response. But you can see the response is not proper. Why? Here you can see the response is not properly mentioned, like it is giving about some hack, or let's say it is giving about some way. So there's not proper information. Okay, so why this happened? Because we are lacking with the prompt engineering skills. So prompt engineering skills help you to get the better response on the basis of the question you ask. Now suppose if I go ahead and if I just click on this edit text, okay, and suppose I add more things like write me 5 YouTube title for my YouTube channel related to how to cook without any oil. Okay, so uh, so here you can say write me 5 YouTube title for my YouTube channel related to how to cook without any oil and cook healthy food. Okay, now you can see in prompt I'm giving more details, like i I have given about on which particular topic I want, and what is the main preference, like I want to create the titles, okay, without any oil, and the cook should be healthy. So on this basis I want to give, I want the Gemini to create the 5 YouTube titles. Now if you will going to click on the update, now you will going to see the response will be more better. So you can see earlier the response was very poor, but right now when we have written the best prompt, okay, when we have written the more better prompt, okay, more better prompt or more better question, okay, to the AI tool, so it has given us the more amazing response, okay, better response it has given, okay, on the basis of this question or a prompt. So you can see all free wonders, 5 easy and delicious recipe, healthy meeting made simple, oil free cooking hacks. So you can see now it's better as compared to the previous one. So this is what I just want to teach you, that how you can create the better response. And to create the better response, okay, you need to learn prompt engineering skills, because these models are very powerful, and if you don't know how to utilize or how to write the prompt better, so these models or these computers will not be able to give you the better response. So this is the reason when we are talking about to get the best response, okay, better response, it is important to write the better prompt or a question to these models, okay, then only it will help you to give the better response, right? So hope you guys are getting the concept clear, and do not worry, we will going to show you some examples that will make you understand how to write better prompt. Okay, now guys, let's just go with some examples. Okay, so the very first example, when we talk about how to write the prompt, so now we are teaching you how you can write the prompt so that you can get the better response. Okay, so here we first rule is to give a role. Now suppose here in the Gemini, okay, we have put one coach prompt, okay, and that prompt is uh, you are an expert in writing viral YouTube titles. Think of a catchy and attention grabbing titles that will encourage people to click and watch the video. The title should be short, concise, and direct. They should also be creative and clever. If you have any questions about the video, ask before you try to generate titles. Okay, now here if you will going to focus, at the very first we have given the role to the AI. Okay, so to the Gemini we have given the role, okay, that you are expert in writing viral YouTube titles. So whenever you write any prompt, okay, to the models, so make sure that you first go ahead and give a role to it, like you are an expert in writing blog, you are expert in cooking, you are expert in xyz or anything. So role is very much important, like I have given over here. Okay, then the second thing is that you need to give details. Okay, details, you have to provide more and more details, like I have given more and more details, like I have said that think of a catchy and attention grabbing titles. Okay, we should encourage people to click and watch the video. Then I have said the title should be short, concise and direct. Okay, it should also be creative and clever. Okay, so provide more and more detail, uh, what you wanted to be in the response. Okay, like I have written over here. Okay, then the very third thing which you have to focus is on let it ask the questions. Okay, so in the prompt mention the question that if you have any questions about the video, ask before you try to generate titles. Okay, so I'm just trying to give the permission to this Gemini tool that if he has any doubts, okay, or any questions, so please ask it before it generates the response. So suppose if I just click on the send button, okay, so you can see that it is asking us what is your target audience. Okay, whether it's a professional, health. Okay, so Gemini is now asking me that okay, I can provide you titles, but I have some questions, like it wanted to know what is the target audience. So on that basis it will generate the viral titles. Okay, viral YouTube titles. And another question is what is the overall tone of your channel. Okay, so this answers when we will going to provide. So Gemini will going to create the YouTube title for us. So suppose I can say, like it is asking who is your target audience, so I can say target audience is, uh, let's say target audience is mm, professional. Okay, let's say example. And uh, tone, you can see it is asking the tone. Okay, so tone of the channel is informative. Okay, so if I click on enter button, okay, so you can see now on this basis it has given us or created the response. Now the response is now, more professional. You can see it has created the catchy and eye grabbing title, short and concise, and also on the basis of the target audience and tone it has created the perfect title which we can use. Okay, so this is the first prompt example, where make sure you just provide the role to whatever prompt you write, give more details, and also ask Gemini itself that if he has any questions, it can ask before he generate the response. Like here you can see we first ask it the question, okay, do you have any questions before you generate. So this Gemini tool has got some doubt. Okay, like it wanted to ask about the audience and the tone, so it asked for that, and on that basis, after we have provided it the response, so on that basis it has given us the perfect response. Okay, so this is the first example. Okay, which we have taught you, which you can always use in your prompt. Now guys, I'm with the different examples. So in this example, you can, in the prompt you can put the ignore, experience and step by step. Now it is very much important. Suppose here if I just go to this particular prompt which I have written here. Okay, now here I'm just talking about something else. Okay, earlier you can see in the previous conversation we were talking about cooking and titles of YouTube. Okay, so whenever you talk to Gemini, okay, it will always going to remember the previous conversation. Okay, so sometimes this situation comes when we want to in the same chat. Okay, in the same chat we want to do something else, and we do not want the previous conversation to put effect in this particular prompt. Now this is the reason we use ignore. Okay, so in ignore what we do is that we just say to the bot, ignore all the previous instruction before this one. Okay, so when you will going to say this, okay, that ignore all the previous instructions before this one. So whatever we have done in the previous conversation, like we have said to write about, let's say, uh, you know, um, eye catchy, short, concise. So all these things now it will not going to include, because this ignore has very much power. Or you can just create one new chat. Okay, and in the new chat you can start with some new thing. But sometimes the condition comes when we want to use the same particular chat, but we do not want to include any of the previous conversation part. So here the ignore comes, and it's very helpful. Okay, and the second thing is the experience. So you should include the experience. Now if you will just going to read it, ignore all previous instructions before this one, and you are an expert in the SaaS business. Now again, you can see we have used this particular give a role thing. Okay, so it's not like that, that in the example 2 we only use ignore, experience, and step by step. You can use the above element, let's say give a role element, within the example 2 as well. Okay, so this is the reason I written here that you are an expert in running SaaS businesses. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you some examples so you guys will going to get the idea how to write the prompt. Okay, and then I included that you have over 10 years of experience building and growing SaaS website. Okay, so when you put the experience, so you make the Gemini pretend that it has this much of years of experience, so it will just going to give you more experience response or the answer. Okay, so this is the reason you should include the number of experience as well. Now experience could be of 10 years, 5 years, 8 years. Okay, but it should be, um, something realistic. Okay, so do not include like 500 years of experience, don't do that. Okay, it will make the prompt look illogical, and you can get the illogical response as well. Okay, then again, you should provide the details. Okay, like what details you want, like you can tell that your task is to helping to grow a new sales business. Okay, and then we have said that you must ask the you must ask questions before answering to understand better what I am seeking. Now here again I use the above element. Okay, let it ask the question. So again, I'm saying to Gemini that before you answer me, okay, if you have any questions, so you can ask me before you generate the response for me. Okay, and then I said the step by step instructions. So step by step is very much helpful when you want to solve some particular problem, or if you're doing something. Okay, or maybe if you want to learn something, so step by step instructions are very much helpful. So when you write this step by step, so what happens is that it will just going to give you the response step by step. Okay, it will not going to leave anything. Okay, it will step by step to will going to tell you that in this first step you have to do this, in the second step you have to do this. Okay, so this is the reason I mentioned this step by step as well, and you can also mention this in your prompt. Okay, so here you can see, and you must explain everything step by step. Is that understood? Okay, then after you will click on the enter button. Now you can see that as we have written the ignore, so it has not used any of the previous conversation included here. Okay, so here you can see uh, uh, it has some questions. Okay, so it is saying that we should give this answer to these questions. Okay, then the Gemini will better going to understand what the response should be. Okay, so first it is asking what problem are you solving with your SaaS. Okay, so just right here first. Okay, so we want to mention what problems we are solving. Okay, so suppose we are making the long URL short. Okay, so this is the main pain point. Okay, which we are solving with our SaaS business. Okay, SaaS business are some softwares. Okay, so we have created one software that makes the long URL short. Okay, then second, it is asking who is your ideal customer. Now you can just go to the next line, and to go to the next line you can click on the shift button and then click on enter to go to the next line. Okay, and the second is who is your ideal customer. So my ideal customers um, are how much they are willing to pay, biggest challenge. Okay, so it is also giving you some answer. uh, let's say who are your ideal customer online, uh, users who wants to shorten their URL. Okay, then third, what is your unique selling proposition? Okay, so I can say that my SaaS business can, along with link, okay, as extra, it tracks and used in paid ads. Okay, so people who use our software can do all the tracking, like from where people are clicking, from USA, from which device, and so on. Okay, so this is what I have mentioned. And in the fourth, what is your go-to market strategy now? Like who will you reach, how will you reach your target customers? Okay, so on which stuff you will going to focus on? So I can say like I will going to use SEO and paid ads both, okay, to make people aware about my software. Now fifth one is, what is your initial budget and timeline? So you can say like my budget is $500 per month, okay, and timeline is of 1 year. Okay, so you can see that I answered all the questions which Gemini has told me that I should answer, okay, before it generate the response. Now if I click on the enter button, now you can see the response will be more powerful. Okay, so you can see it has given us the step by step instruction. Okay, you can see roadmap, step by step instruction, like from the phrase 1, that is the month 1 to 3, what you have to do, in the phrase 2, what you have to do, and so on. So this is the example. Okay, second example, where you can also use ignore, experience, and step by step element as well inside your prompt. Okay, now guys, we will going to talk about another example. So it's very simple and straightforward, which is the explain as teacher element and age. So these are the two elements which you can also add. Okay, so suppose this as an example. So here we have this particular prompt. Now the best will be that this topic is different, so I will directly going to use one new chat. Okay, and the previous conversation you can see over here. Now I can just use this prompt. Okay, now in this prompt I'm just talking about you are an expert in quantum computing. Okay, so here you can see, as I mentioned, I use the previous example element. Okay, give me a role. Okay, so I've taken this from the example 1. Okay, so you are an expert in quantum computing, and then I mentioned that have over 10 years of experience in teaching science and technology to children. Okay, so I said that I'm making Gemini pretend that it is an expert in quantum computing, and it has over 10 years of experience teaching science and technology to the children. Okay, so this is what I mentioned over here. Okay, which is the age. Okay, which is, sorry, the experience which I have taken from the example 2 element. Okay, now let's just proceed further. So now I want you to be my teacher for today. Okay, so I mentioned this, that I want you to be my teacher for today. So I used the element as explain as teacher over here. Okay, so I want this particular, by the way, this particular prompt is very much helpful for you to learn something. Okay, so if you want to learn something, so you can use specifically this focus prompt. Okay, then you can see that I want you to be my teacher for today and explain things like I am 6 years old kid. Now you can use the age factor or age element as well. Now why we included this? Because see, if you will going to if you will not going to use the age factor here, so what will going to happen? The Gemini will going to explain you things. Okay, but it could be possible the explanation could be little bit different. But Gemini knows that, okay, if you're teaching to a 6 years old kid about quantum computing, So the explanation it will going to give you should be that much easy, which a 6 years old can understand. Okay, so this is what you can integrate the age element within your prompt as well. Okay, and then make sure to provide the funny examples to help understand better. Okay, so I just add more details. Okay, element. Okay, over it. And now if you will going to see, if I click on the send button, you can see now it is explaining you about quantum computing. Okay, like it is teaching to 6 years old kid. Now if you will just going to see and read the explanation or response, so you can see that okay, I'm ready to be your teacher for today. I will try my best to explain things like you are teaching to 6 years old using fun examples. Okay, so imagine a regular ball, so it is using ball, magical ball, okay, this kind of a word to make the 6 years old kid understand this. Okay, so if you are the person who want to understand something, okay, and if you want the uh, explanation to be very simple, so you can use the age element here. And suppose if I just copy this same prompt, okay, and suppose if I go to new chat and if I paste it here, and suppose if I do not include this age element, okay, and I will only going to say that I want you to be my teacher for today, and okay, and I'm not including any age factor. Now see the explanation. So you can see the explanation. I'm excited to teach you about the computing today. Let's simple thing. Okay, so here you can see the explanation is little bit okay. Still the explanation is simple, but it's little bit of difficult as compared to the previous one. Okay, so this is what it is. And if you want more precise, okay, so let's create a new chat and click on or at the front, right, ignore element. Okay, remember the ignore element which I have told you in the example too. Okay, so ignore all previous conversation. Okay, okay, so now just see that. Okay, so now it would be more difficult. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, so still it is giving us that. Okay, so which is kind of weird, but you can see as compared to the previous one, it's now difficult. Okay, so hope you guys are understanding how to do prompt engineering. Okay, so this is very much important. Okay, now guys, the another example is you have to create your own prompt and you have to merge all these elements. Okay, and what you can do is that you can also use some examples. Okay, and emojis element as well. Sometimes what happen is that in the explanation we need some examples. Okay, so you can add the examples and emojis as well. So sometimes you can see the very plain text, it's plain text looks very hard to our eyes. So when we add the emojis, so it works great. Okay, now let's take with this example. Okay, so suppose here in this example we have used all the above elements. Okay, here. Okay, like you can see, ignore all the previous instruction before this one. Okay, so I've just taken this from the second one. Okay, you are expert. Okay, you are an expert. I have just taken it from the first one. Okay, we have given the role, and then you have helping people writing the Python code for 20 years. Okay, so you can see that we are also adding the experience. Okay, and then here we are saying that your task is now to help me write Python script for my needs. Okay, so I'm just trying to provide more details what I actually want. Okay, and then you must ask questions before answering better what I'm seeking. Okay, so now I'm also writing this thing, that is I'm asking the questions before I want to before Gemini generates the response. I want, if Gemini has some questions, it can ask me. Okay, and then here I just said that add practical example. Okay, so example I have just taken from the third element. Okay, and also you can just add the emojis. Okay, you can see at practical examples and give me explanation of the script. So I want that, okay, whatever Python code Gemini will going to generate, so make sure give the explanation step by step, and you can just write with emojis. Okay, so the it looks appealing to the eyes and nothing else. Okay, is that understood? And you can see, you can just submit it, and on this basis it will just going to give you the response. And then you all know that you have to give the answer to these questions, and then it will be able to generate that. Okay, so here you can see what exactly do you want this Python script to do. Okay, so suppose I want it to you know uh, I want it to generate uh, random token, random number. Okay, so this is what I want the script, where it generate random number. Okay, uh, between 0 to 1000. Okay, so that's it. What kind of data will the script be working with? Files, database, API, or something else? Normal HTML for free. Okay, so we want it to use some free stuff. Okay, normal HTML and coding. Okay, normal, let's say, code for free. Okay, without using any API and all. What is the desired output of the script? It should display information on the screen, create a file, send an email, or something different. So I want it to display in display in screen, let's say. Okay, and then fourth, are there any specific library or modules you would like to use? So I can say no. Okay, click on enter button, and you can see it can even help you to generate the script for you. And as you can see, the explanation is also given, and it is giving us the explanation as well. Okay, so this is the power of this script. Okay, so make sure it's not always compulsory to use all the elements, okay, within your prompt, but use as many as you can. Okay, it will just going to make your prompt, or I can say response, more better if you will going to use as many as elements from here. Okay, so this is what prompt engineering you have learned for now. Okay, as a beginner, so where we have taught you using some elements how you can make your prompt very powerful. Okay, and this is what the purpose was. Okay, to make the better response. And we have already guide you why prompt engineering matters, because it helps us to talk to these models, okay, properly. Okay, so that this model can give us the best response or the better response. Okay, so for that purpose we are learning prompt engineering. Okay, now guys, we will going to talk about how you can use the free prompt templates which I will going to give you. So what you can do is that on your browser you can just search for KuKu courses. Go to this website, that is kukucourses.com website. Okay, just go to this website and then click on access free library. Okay, over here, and then you can just, if you're a window user, just press Ctrl and F, and if you're a Mac user, just press Command and F, like this, and just search for prompt, and you will going to see a lot of prompt template which you can use for free, and in future more will be added. Okay, so you can see right here we have in video AI prompt template which you can use. Okay, this is a template, the prompt which you can directly copy and paste. Okay, and with our all prompts, we also provide the video as well. Okay, let's close it. Let's say we have this prompt, YouTube video to blogging post. Okay, so this will convert any YouTube videos to the blogs. Okay, so you can see we have two prompts. Now how to use this prompt perfectly, we have provided you this video. And of course we generally use ChatGPT as an example, but you can use Gemini as well. Both will going to work the same way. Okay, so whatever you use, whatever model you use, whether GPT, Lelma, or Flash right now, okay, or any model, So all works the same way. Okay, prompt will be same. It's not like that in ChatGPT only this prompt will going to work. No, you can use it with any model. Okay, suppose just copy, go here and just click on new chat, paste it. That's it. Now you just need to customize it, like the focus keyword, just replace the focus keyword with, let's say, digital marketing training. Okay, word length. Okay, so what will be the word length? Let's say it could be, let's say, 200, sorry, 2000. Okay, and so on. Language, and just replace, and each and everything has been taught in the video. Okay, so you can just utilize it. Okay, and you can use our free prompt library. Okay, totally free. Okay, okay, and you can also use a premium library. If you just go to library, here we only provide just for one time $23. Okay, just a one time payment. You can just go and click on this creative prompt, click on access here, and you can see all are this prompt. Okay, like if you want to convert YouTube story generator, for this we have a prompt. Right now it's locked. When you will going to purchase it, it will be visible for you. Okay, SEO optimized content on 5 keywords, medium content generator on topic, Quora prompt to write best answer, business model generator, slogan. So there are plenty of prompts which you can see right now. So it's all available and more will be added in future. Okay, so it's for the library for $23. Okay, even in the membership you can just access or buy the library from here. Okay, so make sure you just access our free library. Okay, this will just going to give you a good idea. You can just copy and paste along with the tutorials to get the best response as well. So you can use our free prompt template as well. Okay, now guys, after the prompt library, okay, what I want you guys to know about the, some library prompts template which are available online. Okay, which are not that much powerful, but you can of course utilize it. For example, you can just search for SEO prompt for whatever purpose you want. SEO prompt template. Okay, you can find plenty of them. Suppose this one, 7 powerful ChatGPT prompt template. Okay, to create SEO content. There are plenty. One of this, like this one suggests uh, uh, you know 5 potential article topics. Okay, like this. Okay, you can just directly go and paste it. Okay, uh, and instead of target keyword, just replace it with your target keyword. Okay, so you can see it's a very basic one. Okay, not that much powerful, but of course you can just uh, check them just to get the idea, and you can just integrate with our elements. Okay, and you can add more elements to it. But you can just use it as a reference. Okay, and suppose you, for whatever purpose you want, suppose I want for pizza prompt template. Okay, if you want to know something, okay, so it will just going to give you some pizza prompts. Okay, which you can utilize as well. Okay, so that's very great. Okay, for whatever purpose you want. Okay, let's say letter prompt template. Okay, so you can see 29 cover letter prompts. Okay, so you can just have some search and you can just get a lot of them. Suppose I just go here and suppose uh, here we have some templates. Okay, okay, so this is the template. Okay, which you can see over here. Okay, so it is just giving you some template which you can basically utilize. Wait, let me just copy it properly. Okay, like this. Okay, just copy this, use it. Okay, and replace the elements here with your company name, your position name, and so on, and you can utilize it. Okay, And also what you can do is that you can just make any prompt re-optimize. For example, you can say like this: re-optimize below prompt. Okay, so whatever prompt it is, so if you just optimize it, just put it under the quotes, paste that prompt. Okay, now it will Google Gemini itself will going to optimize that prompt for you. Okay, so this was the prompt, you can see, and ChatGPT has just re-optimized this prompt. Okay, uh, so which you can use it like this one. Okay, now here you can see this is the re-optimized prompt which you can basically use. So with the within the prompt you can just re-optimize that prompt and you can use that as well. Okay, which is pretty much interesting. Okay, now guys, we will going to talk about Gemini advanced option. Okay, and we will also going to cover about what gems are. Okay, now for now you can basically learned about prompt engineering. Now with the advanced, we will going to explore about some amazing things. Like in the free version you can only upload the image, but in the advanced one you can basically be able to upload each or any kind of file. Okay, so let's click on try Gemini advanced, but before that let's just see what are the difference between the free and the advanced. Okay, so when I'm recording the lecture, this is the model right now. It's in the free version, it's 1.5 flash. Okay, flash is basically a model or a computer, okay, which we have discussed. Okay, uh, but in advance you can see it will just going to cost you approx $20 per month. Okay, and you can see it uses the older 1.5 flash. Okay, so when I'm recording it's 1.5, but with the paid version you will going to get another pro model. Okay, which is basically a computer. Okay, which is more powerful. I will teach you about that later on. And here with the free version basically you can use 32,000 tokens. Now we will not going to talk about what are tokens and all for now. Okay, but in nutshell you can understand this in a way where how you can use or how much time you can use the Gemini. So in Gemini only 32,000 you can use. Basically when you will going to continuously use Gemini, okay, for a little bit longer, so it will after some time it will show you that your per day quota is completed. Okay, so that is the limitation, but in pro version they have increased it to 1 million token, which is more than enough. Okay, and of course you can search the web in the free version, like if you will see here. So suppose I can write here top 10 let's say restaurant, or let's say hotel in, let's say uh, Mumbai. Okay, so Mumbai is a very famous city. Now if you will click on enter, so you can see it will going to use the web. Okay, so you can, I can't search for the hotel based on, but you can always ask for the search for the hotel. Okay, so what I can do is that I can just right here search for hotel. Okay, update it. Now you will going to see that it will just going to use the Google search, and from the Google search engine, okay, it will just going to give you the answer. Okay, so it can search the web, but in the pro version you can just get plenty of other features, like it can integrate with Dog, Share, Gmail. Okay, it can also help you to do the coding as well. Okay, so in the free version the codes will be very pathetic. Okay, they will not be perfect, but with the pro, the code, whatever coding you will going to do, it will be very powerful as well. And of course you will going to get 2 terabyte of Google OneDrive storage as well. Okay, that is Google storage. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see it. Okay, by click on try Gemini advanced. So for the 1 month when I'm recording, it's currently in the free. Okay, okay, so you can try Gemini advance for free for 1 month. Okay, and then you have to pay $20. So it's in Indian currency right now, but when but maybe when you will going to open from your country, it will going to show you most probably in your currency. Okay, so let's just do one thing. Let's click on start trial. Okay, let's wait. It will just going to take or deduct a very small amount. Okay, so let's add our card. Okay, so do not worry, it will not going to deduct anything. Okay, you can cancel within zeros within 1 month. Okay, then they will not going to charge any money. Okay, so just put your card number and save it. So now you can see, after you will going to put your card details, it will say that it will going to deduct a very small amount just to verify that your card is actually correct or not. And then just click on subscribe button and just verify your payment. So you can see guys, I have basically made the payment. Now it's showing that I have subscribed. Let's just wait for a few seconds. Okay, uh, before it do anything, or let's just open the Google Gemini in the new browser, in the new tab. Okay, and let's see if now we can able to access it or not. Okay, so here you can see that, let's just go done. And now you can see that okay, so now you can see that there are different models which are over here. Okay, now these are the various models, and you can see Gemini Advanced use the model as a pro. Okay, so basically right now we have subscribed it. Now you can just close it, and of course you can see your previous conversation as well. Okay, and that's it. Gemini, and Gemini will also going to provide you the gem manager. Now what is that, we will going to discuss that as well. Okay, so now guys, first thing we will going to talk about the data analytics example. But right now you can see, if you just select 1.5 flash, it will become the free, but we want to go with the 1.5 pro. Okay, so these are models. Okay, like flash and pro are the model. So earlier in the free version we were using flash, but after subscribing we are getting the option of a pro. Okay, so pro is also like a model, okay, created by Google itself, which is kind of a more powerful as compared to the flash. This is the reason Gemini is basically asking for money to use this pro model, because it is very powerful. Okay, and in future they can launch maybe more advanced options, okay, or models. Okay, so right now you can see like flash, experimental, and so these are some experimental model. They will launch very soon, but when I'm recording the lecture, this 1.5 pro is basically the most amazing one. Okay, now suppose here you can see that right now I have this data over here. Okay, which is the classic data set model. Now in case if you want to know, so earlier you can see that you were able to only get the option to add the image, but now you can just add any type of image, whether it's an image, files, or a code folder. You can even select the file, and you can just select maybe any of the folder file, okay, whatever you want. Okay, so you can do that easily. Now how you can download this data set, just for if you want to download, so again you can just go to my website kukucourses.com, click on access free library, and from here you guys will going to see this data analytics set download. Okay, click on view and click on classic data set model download, and from here you can just download it, just for following with me. Okay, so from here you guys can download it. That's it. Okay, so from here you can download it, and maybe this will going to get download in the zip file. So you can just right click. If you're a window user, just click on extract, but if you're a Mac user, just double click here, and this will be opened here, right, like this. Okay, so guys, after you will going to get this data, let's do this prompt. Okay, so I have used this prompt, your data analytics expert. Okay, I use the same principle which we have told you over here. Okay, but right now I'm saying that I have attached some data. Okay, so I'm saying that your task is to extract the some actionable insight from the attached data. Okay, so whatever data you will going to attach here. Okay, so the Gemini will going to analyze this data. Okay, you can just select it, just open it, and you can see this data will be uploaded. Okay, now it will just going to read this data, and on that basis it will just going to extract some insight which will be very powerful. Okay, so your comprehensive analyze should contain well thought out recommendations that can be used by our team to move forward in the business. Okay, so this is the prompt I have put here, and now see the magic. When I will click on submit button, it can take some amount of time for Gemini to read the complete data, and this data has a lot of things. Okay, so I'm pausing the video. Okay, you can see it's writing code for the analyze. Okay, you can see that Gemini has started to give us the proper actionable insights, you can see, which is very powerful. Okay, you can see it is now giving you the complete insight. So with this data, okay, you can see that what code basically Gemini is using Python, okay, coding to do the tasks for you. Okay, but you can see just by providing files, it can now help you to analyze the data completely. Okay, which is just amazing. Okay, and the best thing is that you can just select, let's say you can select this one, you can just expand the chart from here. Okay, and then what you can do is that you can just copy the chart as an image. Okay, also you can customize the chart by clicking on this pencil button, and you can just customize it, like here total customer, but total amount of customers, so you can just write like total uh, amount of clients. Okay, so you can even customize the charts as well. And also what you can do is that you can just download it as an image. Now if you will going to see, it has been downloaded as an image, which is just amazing. And then you can also save that as a JSON file to use maybe to your applications and in your or in your coding. Okay, which is very great. And of course you can just share this data to the docs. Okay, Gmail, and so on. So suppose you can just export this to the docs. Okay, so it's creating the document, and in your docs all this data will be open. So if you will click on open docs, so you will see that all this data and Python code has now been put inside your docs, which is just an amazing thing, right? So in this way you can see that you can just integrate Gemini with the other Google services to do a lot of tasks. So this is the first example where you can just upload and analyze any kind of data. Also guys, one more thing, that you can also go to my website, that is kukucourses.com, and you can click on watch free courses, where I will going to provide my free data analytics course. Here you can see data analytics course, okay, for beginners with Microsoft Excel. In case if you don't find it, just search for data analyst in the search. Okay, and just find this course. So this course is totally free. You can see 2 hours course. Click on start learning button, and you will be able to watch this with complete, you can see 2 hours 2 hours 20-minute course for absolutely free. Okay, these two are the lectures you can watch and learn about data analytics in case if you want. Okay, so you can just click on watch free courses and watch all the free courses, from building the blogging website and API guide and plenty of other free courses. Just explore all of them. There are more courses in the second page and so on. Just make sure you explore all of them and utilize the free courses as well. Okay, now guys, let's see about the coding. Okay, so you can even ask Gemini to create a full professional game. Okay, so you might have heard about hangman game. Okay, so basically what happened is that we just need to guess the game. Okay, and okay, but I will suggest you guys to go ahead and watch on YouTube what hangman game is. But you can create the complete game or anything with Gemini itself. Okay, so you can say create a complete professional hangman game for me with, maybe let's say, Python code. Okay, click on enter button and just see the magic. It will just going to create a complete game for you. Okay, which is just amazing. You can see it's writing the complete code for you. It's writing, boom, wow, great. It's still writing for you. Okay, okay, so it's sometimes this happens. Okay, so let's just try to regenerate it. Okay, or it can even help you to find the some, okay, I don't have the ability. Okay, let's just do one thing, create a professional hangman game for me. Okay, let's just remove it. uh, okay, let's just see it now. So sometimes this happens, okay, do not worry. Okay, okay, so you can see that this is the game, and it is also giving you the explanation, and it has written the code. And then what you can do is that you can of course copy the complete code from here. Okay, or what you can do is that you can just share this game to the dogs Gmail, and you can just export to the replicate, or you can even go and create it in the collab. Okay, so in the collab you can directly run this application in the collab, which is just a great thing. Okay, so you can just directly play it, and you can just run this game directly in the collab. Okay, which is just a great thing. Okay, so this is where you can just go ahead with the coding. Okay, uh, okay, so hope you guys have understood about it. Okay, now guys, Google Gemini can also help you with the to generate the image. Okay, so I have written this: generate a photorealistic image of a couple reading books by the fireplace in a cozy living. Okay, and if I click on the submit button, so you will be able to see that now Gemini will be able to create or generate the image for you. They use basically the model Imagine 3. Okay, you can just search for the Imagine 3. Okay, so it's basically image model, okay, which is integrated within your Gemini. And you can see in this way you have it has created the professional image. You can just open this and see it. You can even download this image like this. Okay, and you will going to see that this image will be uh, downloaded for you. Okay, which is a great thing. Okay, and of course you can just regenerate this image if you don't like it. Like you can see the image has been downloaded to your computer. Okay, and then you can also share and export the image to the docs, and even you can directly push this image to the Gmail. Okay, if you will click on Gmail, so it will just going to create a draft Gmail for you, which you can send to anyone. Okay, so make sure you also see the share options in case if you want to share it. Okay, click on open Gmail, and you will be able to see that. Okay, let's wait for a second. You can see the photo has been attached here. Okay, which is just a great thing. Okay, okay, you just need to send it to anyone to whom you want to send this image, so which is a great thing. Okay, so this is how you can even generate the images with Gemini. And suppose you can also search for, let's say, AI art image. Okay, let's say we have this image. Okay, and suppose if I just right click, and if I just save the image, and suppose if I just try to add this image, select the image, and this was the image, I guess, in the desktop. Okay, this was the image. I upload the image over here, and then you can even ask ChatGPT, uh, write a prompt for the uploaded image. Okay, so it can even help you to write the prompt for this image. Okay, so whatever prompt that has been used to generate this image, so that prompt will be uh, given to you. Okay, sorry, I can't help. Okay, so because I guess it is not in the PNG image, so just make sure you just download any of the PNG image, and you can just ask ChatGPT to write the prompt for it. Okay, which is just a great way. Okay, and also guys, if you just talk about AI art image generation, so if you just go to our website, we have a plenty of AI art generation courses as well. Okay, or even you can just go to our website, and you can basically go ahead and click on read all free blogs. Okay, and here you can just search for AI art. Okay, click on search button, and here you can see that you will going to find plenty of tools. Okay, like here this one, free AI art generator tools. Okay, and here you can find plenty of one of them 13 free AI generator tool that can help you to generate the image. Okay, and we also have a lot of courses as well on AI image generator. Okay, so suppose if you just go to Leonardo AI. Okay, so Leonardo is also a platform where you can generate the image, so you can simply click on this, watch this free course on how to use Leonardo AI, and it will take you to our website with this free course. Simply click on start learning button and watch this complete free course. Same, there are more free courses we have. Okay, like we have the, let's say, paid AIR generator tool. Just step over here, and here we have a Mid Journey. You might have heard about Mid Journey, Delhi E. So we also have a free courses on, uh, Mid Journey. You can simply click on start learning button and watch this complete free course as well. Okay, and same with the Delhi E as well. If you want to generate the images with Delhi E, so this is also the course you can watch. So our website is very valuable. Make sure you explore each and every part of it. You will going to find lots of valuable things to learn. Okay guys, we will going to cover about a topic which is known as gems. Okay, so gems are basically like, if you might have heard about the custom GPT in the chat GPT, we have this option. Okay, explore the GPT, where you can create your own custom version of ChatGPT. Now in case if you don't know about it, okay, so wait, let me just teach you guys. You can just go to my website kukucourses.com, just click on watch free courses and just search for custom. Okay, click on enter button, and you will be able to see that particular course over here, I guess. uh, we have created that particular custom ChatGPT, something like this. Okay, just search for that, and then you will be able to see that particular course which we have. Okay, wait, let me also click on free courses. Okay, mm, wait, mm, wait, just wait, let me just search for ChatGPT itself to show you that. Okay, so if you will watch that course, you will going to get more idea about this. Okay, wait, let me just see it up. mm, wait, okay. Mm. Okay, so it's not available for now. Okay, but Gemini is like, where you guys can create your own GPT. Okay, or own Gemini. Okay, or gems, we generally call in Gemini as a gems. Okay, so you can see, you can just see more of them over here. Okay, so here what you guys can do, for example, if you are choosing for the career guide, if you select this particular one, so it is a career guide gem. Okay, and this will just going to guide you everything that is related to the career, like how do I prepare a job interview with the question. Okay, if you submit it, you will just going to get the answer. Okay, and you can even ask anything that is related to this. Okay, for example, can you guide me AI career, question mark, click on enter. It will just going to give you guide. Okay, you can of course use our prompt techniques which we have taught you to ask it in more details. Okay, but if you just go to this gem manager, and if you will just going to create your own. Okay, you can click on this new gem and you can create your own. So suppose you can name your gem as research analytics. Okay, like this, and the instruction what you want to give it, so you can just put it the instruction over here. Okay, so now what will going to happen is that now your gem has become the research analyst, where we have told that you are a research analytics. Okay, your role involves to analyze the company's financial performance and so on. Okay, which you can read the prompt. Okay, and you can of course rewrite this instruction in more detail. Okay, which you can do as well if you want to. Okay, that's totally up to you. So Gemini AI will going to make this instruction in more in depth. Okay, Now after you are comfortable with this, you can, and of course as a reference you can also add some files as well, so which your gems will going to use while giving the response. Okay, but right now I'm just okay with this. I will simply going to click on the save button and click on start chat, and you can see the research analytics gems is created for us. Okay, so I can ask, can you tell me about, let's say, Apple company. Okay, now you don't have to write the instructions again and again. Okay, really, could you please specify the company you're interested in? So it's Apple Incorporation. Okay, so you can see just by writing name, it will just going to give the complete financial performance of the Apple Incorporation. Okay, so you don't have to write the prompt again and again and again. You just have to create your own gems. Okay, you can just tap here, and here you will be able to see your gems. Okay, you can just make a copy of it, delete it. You can create more gems. Okay, maybe related to health or any purpose. But when you will going to give this gem, if you click on this edit button, so when you will going to give the instructions to this gem, your gem. Okay, so you don't have to write the prompt again and again. You can just directly start, okay, chatting with it, and it will just going to follow all the instructions which you have already given to this gem. Okay, so this is your own custom GPT, or you can say Gemini. Okay, which you can of course create with the advanced version. Okay, and it is not available in the free, by the way. Okay, so hope you guys have understood about it. Okay, now guys, I will going to teach you about API. Okay, so in case if you don't know what API is, of course you can visit my website. Just go to watch free courses and just search for API, click on enter button, and you will understand about API. It's a complete broad topic which I do not want to discuss now. It's complete 2 hours course. Okay, you can click on API guide. Okay, and click on the start learning button. So here from the scratch, okay, even if you're total beginner and you want to learn about API, you can just learn the API from here itself. Okay, and of course I cannot explain you what API is and how API works, but you can see with the complete diagram form we will going to explain what API is and how it works. Okay, but if you want to use Gemini API, okay, if you are, let's say, aware about it, in case if you don't, so you can watch my free course to get the idea. Okay, it will be very much beneficial for you. Now in case all the big companies, okay, whatever model you're using, like if you use ChatGPT, they also provide API key. Llama also provide API key. Okay, Google Gemini, which is, they also provide API key. So what you can do is that you can just search for Gemini API key. Okay, and just go to this link, that is get a Gemini API key. Okay, just go ahead over here and click on get a Gemini API key in Google AI Studio. Click on get API key, click on continue button, and click on create a new API key, and it will just going to generate a API key for you. Okay, just make sure you do not share your API key with anyone else. Okay, otherwise they will going to use your API key. Just copy this API key and you can use Gemini within your applications. Okay, and how this API key works, each and everything has been taught here, okay, in this lecture. And the best thing is that using any API you can also build SaaS tools as well. Okay, just search for SaaS. Okay, just also make sure enable free courses. Okay, so you can see build SaaS AI tools inside WordPress. Okay, build AI tools with API key. So you can see, of course, we are using ChatGPT API, but same concept will going to work with the Gemini API as well. So you can watch these videos and you can even create some tools as well. So you can see it's very powerful. Okay, these API keys are very amazing, but I do not want to discuss about it here. I have told you that you have uh, I have shared my free course, so you can just refer that if you want to learn about API. And you can also watch these courses as well. It's totally free. You can say it's 1 hour 50 minutes courses, and it is 1 hour 40 minutes course. It's totally free for you to watch. Just click on the start learning button and watch this complete free course. Okay, this will going to give you idea how to build AI tools. So these APIs are very effective. Okay, it can help you for the various purpose to build your own API. Okay, for any other purpose, if you want to integrate with your applications. Okay, and if you want to integrate Gemini with your applications, with your Python, with your code, so all this for that API key works great. Okay, so I have taught you how to generate the API key. Just copy it and you are good to go. Okay, and make sure this API key are not free. Okay, you need to pay. Okay, so it's very affordable, by the way, so you can click on pay as you go and you can see the pricing. Okay, Google will going to charge you for using API, by the way, but make sure you just watch my free course if you are interested to learn about API. But I have taught you how you can generate the Gemini API key. Now guys, let's see how you can use Gemini with the extensions. Okay, just make sure you just tick mark all of them to use it properly. Okay, like this main one, Google Workspace, and you can use it for various purpose. Okay, let me show you. Suppose you want to use this Gemini within your Google Docs, so just search for Google Docs. Okay, and you can just go to Google Docs here, and you can access from here as well. Remember, from here you can just access the Gmail. Okay, and Google Doc Sheets. Okay, and plenty one of them. So suppose here you can see the Gemini option, so click on Ask Gemini, and here you can just write the prompt. So suppose I have this dummy prompt one over here. Okay, which I have here. So suppose for the docs I want it to create an agenda to help me to project launch. Okay, so just give the prompt. Okay, and boom, just see that it will just going to create a complete agenda for you. So within your docs you can just utilize the Gemini. Okay, which is very amazing. Okay, and you can say it is just generating that. And if you are good with this, so you can just copy this. Okay, you can regenerate, retry it, you can preview it, and you can just insert it within your doc. So suppose I want to insert it, so you can say this will be inserted over here. So whatever you chat here, if you want to insert anything, you can insert that. Okay, so this is the first case, and here with the Google Sheets also you can just use that. Okay, so suppose you just go to Google Sheets and same thing, just use the Gemini, and let's I have this particular prompt, and I will just going to click on the send button, and boom, it will just going to create a complete comparable table strategies for me. If I love it, I can directly insert that within the Google sheet as well. Okay, so you can see it's so powerful and it's so amazing to integrate the Gemini within all the Google services. Okay, you can see, and if I close it, if I'm not interested, I can close it, or if I love it, I can insert it, and this will be inserted here like this. Okay, great, right? So which is very great thing. And same you can just do the things with the Gmail as well. You can craft complete Gmail. Suppose I can say, can you give me a Gemini receipt for January 2025? I can use this Gemini logo like this, put the prompt, enter it, and it will just going to give you the complete one. Okay, uh, so here you can say that no email is found, or you can even ask it to, let's say, generate some emails as well. Okay, so you can see over here you can just generate it. Okay, just wait for a second. As a CEO of the company, I'm excited to announce the visit to the offshore, and you can see the email has been generated. Okay, and I love it. So you can just insert it, and you can see, boom, it's inserted with the subject line. You just need to replace your name, and you just have to send it to anyone you want. Suppose I want to send to any person, you can send it this way. Okay, which is very great. Okay, and similarly if you want to give any reply, okay, suppose you want to give any reply, so uh, I can just write this. Okay, thanks. Okay, and let's say you want to make it more professional, so just give the reply here, just help to create the reply. Okay, thanks for this, I will check it out. Okay, now you can see uh, it will just going to craft a reply for you. So even you can just use it for the reply. Okay, like you can see professional reply, and then you can just insert it and you can send it as a reply to anyone. So you can generate a complete email for someone, and you can even use Gemini for the reply as well. So you can see this is how you can integrate the Gemini with other Google services. Okay, so guys, make sure that you must enable this option of extensions. Okay, and one more thing, that we also have Google Docs, Google Drive, and plenty of other Google courses. You can just go to my website and just search for courses over here and just scroll down and select as a Google. Okay, and you will going to find plenty of the courses which we have. Okay, like Google Tag Manager, Google Docs if you want to learn slides, Google Calendar, Forms, Sites, Google Keep, Sheets, Gmail. Okay, and plenty of other good Google services like Google Drive and so on, Google Blogger if you want to do blogging. Okay, so make sure you explore them as well. Okay, Google Bath as well. So this is the previous one, but all these courses are in the membership. If you will going to go here, and if you want to access our paid courses, all these paid courses are amazing and are only available in the membership. So you can just go and click on the membership, and from the membership you can access the membership. Okay, we have two plans, yearly and the lifetime. I suggest you guys to go with the lifetime. And one thing is that if you want to get 50% discount in the lifetime plan, watch this video. This video will going to guide you how to get 50% discount in this lifetime plan. Okay, and also we suggest to watch this video if you want to purchase our membership. This will going to guide you how to buy the membership from our website. And also one thing, that it's not totally compulsory. It's like buying in the e-commerce website like you purchase, so same procedure to buy, but still we suggest to watch this particular guide. Okay, so make sure if you're interested with our courses and want to get more knowledgeable insights and knowledge, so make sure to access our membership to boost your skills. Okay, lots of people do ask whether to use ChatGPT or Gemini. Okay, so what I use personally, so you can see in the free version of ChatGPT you will going to get the model as normal ChatGPT. Okay, which is a free version. But in the ChatGPT Pro which I'm using, okay, it's available in the paid version. You can see right now the model is GPT, okay, 4.0, and you can also use 0.1. So these are available in the paid one, and more models like GPT 4.0 mini. Okay, this is available in the free version. Okay, by the way, and this GPT 4, it's in legacy model. Legacy model means they are now removing this model because more advanced model has been launched. So earlier, let's say right now it's 2025. Okay, and in the previous year this GPT 4 was very popular, but they have brought this GPT 4.0 which is more powerful as compared to this GPT 4. So now they are removing it. So that is known as legacy model. Now when we talk about what to choose, Gemini or let's say ChatGPT, I will always going to suggest as per my experience. Okay, I will never going to lie, I always prefer ChatGPT because ChatGPT is more advanced and it can understand more complex tasks. Okay, if you remember that earlier we were trying to create this Python game. Okay, so it was creating for Gemini, it was very problematic. But for the same thing, if is right here, create a complete professional hangman game for me with Python code, and you will going to see that ChatGPT is absolutely very powerful and more professional, and it's more ahead in the technology as compared to the Gemini. Okay, and it's very powerful, like gems has been brought right now. Okay, but in GPT it was launched, I guess, more than 1 year ago. So you can see it's already too much ahead, and it's involving very fast as compared to Gemini. Okay, so my favorite suggestion would be to go with the ChatGPT. And if you will going to see in the internet, many people will going to use ChatGPT only as compared to Gemini. Okay, so that's totally again up to you, whatever you want. But my personal professional suggestion would be to go for ChatGPT. And also if you will going to see that in our majority of the courses, okay, we have a plenty of courses from 3D animation to development and so on. So in majority majority of our courses we use ChatGPT only. Okay, so if you just search for ChatGPT, okay, so you will going to find plenty of the courses we have, like Motic. If you want to use the Motic email marketing system with ChatGPT, okay, blogging with ChatGPT, sales business with ChatGPT, API testing with ChatGPT, okay, you can turn any WordPress website into a SaaS with ChatGPT and OpenAI, okay, email marketing with ChatGPT, and so on. So you can see in our website also majority of the case we use ChatGPT only, but still it's totally up to you. ChatGPT for affiliate marketing, ChatGPT for SEO, and so on. Okay, so that's totally up to you, and this is what I prefer. And if you will be if you will just search for internet, majority of the people use only ChatGPT. So that's totally up to you, whatever you want to use, whether it's a Gemini or ChatGPT. But ChatGPT is more powerful right now when I'm recording the lecture, but I'm not sure about the future. Okay, so that's totally up to you. And make sure, as I told you, that make sure if you're interested, you can just get the membership from the website. Okay,